I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and I'm back from Mobile World Congress in Barcelona with the Nexus 4 30-day challenge. It's day 19. Let's see what I found out about this iconic Google flagship device. I'm on day 19 with the LG Nexus 4, and you can really see the fact that Google had a huge hand in the design process of this device. When you compare this to other LG devices, even those that were announced last week at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, the design element is very plasticky, much like Samsung, LG tends to do. It must be a Korean thing. My understanding is that it's a Korean cultural thing. Plastic devices that are lighter weight and a little bit more less prone to breaking, I should say, when you drop them. This, you can see Google's hand in the overall design because it's very much unlike any LG device. Glass in the back, glass on the front. Beautiful build quality here that exudes premium materials. But day 19 with this device, and I had it last week in Barcelona, but I kept it on Wi-Fi all of the time because my Straight Talk SIM card did not have international roaming capabilities. That said, I'm finding a lot of what I've found with basically any other video I've done in this series, any of the reviews, the dogfights. I find that the device overall is relatively fast. It performs well. The 4.7-inch display is large enough for my day-to-day use. I still don't care for Android 4.2 in comparison to TouchWiz and Sense. I think there's more of a value play, like I've said multiple times, in those overlays as opposed to just stock Android. It's beautiful. It's huge improvements. I've also found that in this device, it does lag from time to time. When I'm doing things in the menu, when I'm going through different applications, I find it's going to be hard to replicate on screen here or on camera while I'm showing you this, but I will find from time to time that it does slow down. That's not to say that this isn't a fast device with a quad-core processor, with a 4.7-inch display. Everything there is working perfectly fine, but still I do see some moderate slowdown. Also, I've noticed the battery life, like I said, is not great. 2,100 milliamp hour battery, slightly improved with the new Android 4.2 update that this device just got. Otherwise, it still needs some work. 21%, it was 30% just a second ago. I put it on the charger and then pulled it back off to shoot the day 19 video, and you can see it's already down to 21%. So it needs some work on the battery life front. But overall, really a beautiful build here, and in comparison to some of the other devices on the market, it definitely rivals, and keeping in mind the price point at $299, it rivals some of the other big wigs on the market, the S3, the Note 2, the HTC One X Plus. It's coming even head-to-head in some ways with the HTC One, which hasn't been released just yet. Take a look at my speed test as well. I have found, I've got to Google now, found that overall speed tests have been relatively decent on Straight Talk. So using this SIM card in the States, call quality is pretty decent. This is basically an MVNO for AT&T. And so you'll find that speeds and overall call quality is relatively decent. I've got 5.18 megabits per second here, 4.7, 4.85, 5.86, 4.47. So you can see on the download speeds, relatively decent all around. Upload could use some work, but again, for HSPA Plus and keeping in mind what you get on this device, $45 gets you unlimited email, unlimited web browsing, unlimited calling, unlimited texting, and it's all contract free. You really can't beat that for the price point. So really impressive there. Haven't been throttled just yet. I've been using this for YouTube videos for doing speed test work and have not been throttled yet, although my service expires in 4 days. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap up the Straight Talk portion of this 30-day challenge, and we'll round it out with just AT&T coverage with an AT&T SIM card. So overall, impressed with the device. I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. Very impressed, more so than I thought I would be after starting the 30-day challenge. But what I will say, I still think there's a huge value add to be had in TouchWiz and Sense and Motorola's UI for the consumer that you don't necessarily get with this device. But then again, you could make the argument that these devices were never intended for the mainstream consumer. The Nexus brand has always been kind of for the mainstream, or not for the mainstream, rather kind of for the junkie, that tech person that wants to hack, root, mod, and this device is just a great iteration in the lineup of Nexus devices. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com. Forgive my voice, like I said, got sick in Barcelona, recovering from a stomach bug, nasty, nasty, nasty. But forgive my voice, but the show has to go on, right? This is Phone Dog. I mean, we keep talking about phones all day long, and this is day 19, and didn't want to go a day without bringing you an update on the Nexus 4. Keep it locked on the site for continuing coverage. Let me know what you want to see in the final videos in this 30-day challenge at PhoneDog_Aaron on Twitter, Facebook, Facebook.com/HiAaronBaker, and on Google Plus at gplus.to/PhoneDog. Thanks for watching. Keep it locked on the site as I wrap out my 30 days with Straight Talk, with the Nexus 4, prepaid, great phone, all these different things coming together in one 30-day challenge video. So keep it locked on the site for continuing coverage, and as always, we'll see you next time.